Right then, folks, welcome back. Today we're going to be pulling apart this old lab PC. It's a bit of a beast by all considerations from nearly 20 years ago. So we're going to be pulling this apart just to kind of go over, like there's some old tech. We'll start at the back, might as well. Alright, so as you can see, it's a VGA. Various little ports and things. We've got a serial port, and we've got a VGA monitor port, serial port. Then we've got universal serial bus, network connector. Right, these old things are where you used to connect your keyboard and your mouse. Okay? So this was your keyboard, that was your mouse, and that's what's called a PS2 connector. These are some audio plugs for if you want to connect. And these are an audio. So you can connect like a full speaker system here, where you can connect. Well, I can't really remember. But I think this one's a sound output as well. So yeah, starting at the back. A basic motherboard. Now, over here, we've got graphics card, sound card, and a quick diagnostic and a free USB. The series of lights up here light up telling you what the problem is. If there's a problem, shouldn't be a problem. Now, like I said, I built this in 2003, so it's just coming up for 20 years old. It's 19 years old this year. So we'll pop the screws on it. Last time this was opened would have been while I was still at uni. So the last time this was opened, probably 2008. Right, I'm gonna need 2 holes for that. There we go. Right, let's get into some gubbins. Okay, at the back we've got PSU, right, power supply unit. This fan here is connected to a heatsink, which is connected to the main CPU. This is a full length of the graphics card. So we've got, these are the PCI slots, graphics card, sound card, and like I said, there's like the little diagnostic thing plugged in there. Then we've got an extra fan for cooling and some extra spider's webs, because this is that old that I'm going to need to dust some of it down. Over here you have got, let's see if we can actually allow you to see this stuff. Right, down here we have got memory chips. These are DDR2. This shows how old this is. Then we've got connections for DVD players. This does actually have a floppy drive, which is connected via this ribbon cable here. And then we've got 2 main hard drives, a master and a slave hard drive. Okay. So the wiring is very spaghetti junction. Oh yeah, and down here, for those of you who don't know, because you think that laptops are the only things with batteries, your CMOS and your BIOS run a small lithium. I don't know if we'll be able to get a good view of it, but there's a small lithium battery right there. Right, this little silver thing right here is a CR2035. Down in the bottom corner, right there, CR2035, right there. Okay. So that's just a quick walk around. Alright, what are we actually looking at? Well, like I said, this is a older machine. Much older. This would be classed as legacy tech now. It's x86 processor, and this is an MSI motherboard. It's connected to, like I said, two DVD readers and writers, two DVD writers, and also two hard drives. The two hard drives together, shows how old this tech is, come to just under 1 terabyte. And there's about a whole gig of RAM. And you think, well, okay, you know what this will be useful for? Right? And the answer is not in the comments below. What this will be useful for is web app testing. Web app testing. Right? And the reason it'll be useful for web app testing is because not only is it still running Linux, still running Linux, still running Ubuntu as far as I'm aware. I'm trying to find the right place to put that. Right, yeah, it's still running Ubuntu. Falling down. Okay. Alright, so we're still running Ubuntu. We can knock Kali into it without much in the way of hassle if we really want to. But we're running Firefox. Right? And we can run Firefox and we can run Burp. You think, well, okay, fair enough, running Firefox and running Burp, what's that going to do? Well, I will show you, but ultimately the stuff I used to do, if I posit this question to you, right, you are tasked with finding, I'll pop you on my tools, see if that helps. Right, so say you're tasked with finding vulnerabilities inside of a website. Right? That's your job. Let's go find some vulnerabilities inside this website. And they go, okay, cool. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way around. Maybe I need to selfie cam this to just shoot, I can't change the orientation. Fair enough. Looks like you're going to get a view of some bits. Don't mind the Spider-Man. My youngest son really likes Spider-Man. Don't mind the Spider-Man. Right, anyway. Yeah, say for instance you've been tasked with finding a vulnerability in a website and you're running nothing more than Firefox. It's perfectly possible to find a vulnerability just using Firefox. Right? Say for instance I just want to use this as an OSINT machine. Well, it'll run web pages. It's not going to have a problem running web pages. It's not going to have a problem finding information. It's not going to have a problem running Google Maps. It was running Google Maps back when Google Maps first came out. It was perfectly capable of running Google Maps. So, what I'm going to say is, it's probably, this machine, it might be best part of 20 years old. It may have been upgraded a couple of times and be a little bit chunky. But, ultimately, it will do what's needed of it when it's needed of it. Anyway, I just thought I would crack this open and show you one or two little bits from the inside of a legacy machine, because this is what I'm working with. Right, remember what I said to you about my vision, about my dream, about, well, it's hardly a dream, but about the upskilling I'm going to do. Well, that's going to be my lab. That's what I'm going to be working with. However, that's what I've got. It's pretty much everything for just now. So I'll see you in the next video.